What's up, sports designers? This is Zen from Sports Templates, and today I'm back with this awesome new After Effects template, the Motion Pack 3. In this Motion Pack, we're going to be able to create our own sport team logo opener, a player lineup, a player stats, a score update, and a versus slide. And each one of those slides will come in 3 composition sizes: the story size of a resolution of 1080 by 1920 pixel, and the HD resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixel, and the post resolution of 1080 by 1080 pixel. But before I start, do me a favor and hit the like and the subscribe button. It really helps us out. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through editing every aspect of this new Motion Pack 3. But the first thing we're going to do is to add the fonts mentioned in the README file. So after we have added the fonts mentioned in the README file, we're gonna go to the extracted file of Sports Templates Motion Pack 3. When you extract the file, you're gonna find those files: the logo opener, the player lineup, the player stats, the score update, and the versus slide. And each one of those, when you double click on them, you will find 3 files. The first one is the footage with all the graphics and all the needed stock photo that makes this template function. So please make sure that this file always stays next to the After Effects files. And we're gonna have a version of each file, with one with 17 and the other one without. The one without 17, it was made by using After Effects 2022. The other one, it could function with After Effects 2017 and above. So in case you have an old version of After Effects till 2017, it could work. Now I'm gonna double click on the first one and I'm gonna start editing. So when you open the project, it might not look the same way that I'm looking at it right now. So in order to have the same user interface, all you have to do is to go to Window and make sure that Essential Graphics and Libraries are both checked in, because most of our work is going to be done using Essential Graphics. Also, I'm going to be using this library, which I'm going to attach a link to it in the video description, so you could follow along with my edits. I'm gonna basically change this from the bear to the bird theme, but first let me just press space here to make a RAM preview of the file I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna replace the colors and the logo with those ones. But before that, I'm just gonna describe what's happening here under the project. Each one of those files you will find 4 files. The first one is called Place Your Media here, and here is where you can add your logo or your sponsor logo, as we see here. The second one, it has all the sizes of the file, the story, the post, and the HD. And please keep in mind that when you edit one of those, it's just gonna be applied to the rest. So we're gonna just do the edits here in Essential Graphics, and all of the sizes are gonna be affected at the same time. The third file is imports, is when you import your own media. You could just put them under this file to not make the to keep the file organized. And the assets are all the files that has been used in making this template, so keep that intact. And here I'm gonna start editing. First thing, I'm just gonna unfold this color control, and as you can see, there is like sections of the color of the Essential Graphics. Here it says logo transition colors, so all the things above this is responsible for editing the logo transition colors. And the first one is gonna be line color 1, line colors 2, and line color 3. And those indicates of all the lines that's happening at the beginning of the video. So I'm gonna slowly start to change them I'm gonna change them with this bird logo, so it has these colors. So if we could see, we could just use this to choose another color, the color picker to choose another color, or you could just click on the box and choose your own colors. But for sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna just use those colors in the libraries. This is the second color, and the third color I'm just gonna use black. We also see here logo transition color, which indicates if we go a little bit at the front, we're gonna see those so are the colors that goes behind the logo. It's here. So this is the logo transition color number 1 and logo transition color number 2, which as we see here. So those colors are gonna they're gonna appear on the screen till the logo fully appear. So here we could choose also colors that kind of use in the same logo, so the design at the end will make sense. So on this tutorial I'm gonna choose a yellow background. So I'm gonna choose other colors that will go on with the yellow background. I'm gonna use another color like black. This is the lines outlines color, which is here. If we can see the outlines colors of the lines, I'm just gonna leave it white, and I recommend for you to leave it white of all the time, because outline colors are very thin and you want something to appear. Like, I don't know, most of the design will go with white, but it's your own decision. Here we go to the general colors, color control, which is the background. So the background is made out of 2 gradient colors. I'm gonna use yellow. So, and for order to your gradient to work, most of the time choose one color and the other one just use it the same, but kind of a little bit darker. It's like this, maybe. Let's see. Something like this, so you could see the gradient. And here we have the sponsor background box color, which is this box color. I'm gonna also leave it white. Here we are going to the text control, but before doing the text control, I'm just gonna replace this logo. I'm gonna go to place your media here, place your logo here, double click, and then I'm gonna get this bird logo. I put it here in the project. I'm just gonna put it under imports. I'm gonna get the bird layer here, and here, as you see, it's so big. So in order for us to scale it down, you're just gonna use choose the layer and press S, and then when you press S, this is gonna appear, this perimeter, and then we're gonna go down. And as you could see in this box, I have put some guidelines. So in order for your design to just stay aligned with the template, I would recommend to not go over those guidelines in terms of the size of your logo. So I'm gonna just leave it like this, and I'm gonna hide my bear logo, and then I'm gonna go back to logo opener story, and as we could see, the logo has changed. Now we only have one thing to change, which is the text. We unfold the text, and here we can see main team name text, which says bears. I'm gonna change it to birds. Here is the main team name color. I'm gonna change it for black. Sorry. This is the team city text. I'm gonna just change it to another city, maybe Idaho, another state name, sorry. And here, as you could see, it's the small cap, so make sure that you write it in big or the way you want. So it changed. Here you can change the team city color. I'm gonna also make it black. here we have a top title color, but first we have it here, the top title text. So it says New Jersey basketball team. I'm just gonna change New Jersey to Idaho so it matches the design. So whenever you finish editing, just press on some empty place so the text will take place. Also, I'm gonna change the color of this to black. We also have this match time text, and I set it as match time text, but you could just write whatever you want. I'm just gonna change the color of this. I'm just gonna leave it Monday 8 p.m. and let's make it black. So here we have something called the background flicker text, and if we render this file again, around 2 seconds you could see there is a text that flickers in the background and it says birds from the old design. So we're gonna just go here and write birds, and here, as you say, it write birds. And we could also change the text of the size with this slider. So I'm gonna just scale it a little bit up. So in here it also replicate itself, and also here's the color of the background flicker text. I'm just gonna leave it white for now, and I'm gonna go and hit render. And that's it. Basically we have edited the file, and if you go here to logo opener main comps, so we edited and we were watching the story while, like the story composition while we were editing. But if we go to post, it's already changed, and if we go to HD, it's also already changed. So this template is very easy to navigate and to edit. You could do this edit in under 2 minutes. And now I'm gonna move to the second slide. And now we have moved to the second slide, which is the player lineup. And on the essential graphics, the order of all the controls are listed with the order of them showing on the preview screen, and I will explain that in 1 second. So we will go to general colors and text control. Unfold that, and the first one is logo transition colors, which this indicates the color that your logo will be shaped in at the beginning, so this layer. But before start editing the essential graphics, I'm just gonna replace the logo. I'm gonna go here to place your media and double click on the team logo, see it here, and then I'm gonna go to my library and choose the bird logo and put it here in the project, and then put it on the imports. I'm gonna drag it from here and put it on top of the already existing logo. I'm gonna press S to scale it down. So when you press S, this shows up, the scale. I'm just gonna scale it down and keep it between the guides, and then I'm just gonna hide the logo under it and close the team logo composition. And if we go, we could see that we have replaced the logo. So I'm just gonna go to the story because I like to edit with the story one, the story composition. So here we're gonna just to start changing colors. The logo transition color, I'm gonna change it to this red, and then I'm gonna start changing the lines that comes up with the logo, the lines colors. First one I'm gonna choose red, second one I'm gonna leave it white, and the third one maybe I will choose black. After this we have transition slide background color, which is linked to this layer here behind player lineup. I'm gonna change this also to red, and here we have the text on this layer. You could edit this text from here, but I also left this option to edit it from here because it's a small box and it might not be that comfortable. So if we double click here and then make it not transparent. You can edit your text from here and write whatever you want, but I just left two options for the more convenience editing. So I'm gonna close this comp and go back to the story, and this is also the color of it. I'm gonna change it to black, or maybe a little bit of light gray, dark gray. After this, I'm gonna move to the background controls. I'm gonna go a little bit on the composition. So here we have the background. I'm gonna open my libraries again and change the background color to yellow. And here we have background text. I'm gonna change it from box to birds. The background text is this text, repeated text in the background. I'm also going to change its color to something more dark, like this. And this is the transparency. Maybe I will bring it a little bit down, like this. And here we will be done with the general colors and text control. I'm gonna fold this, and now we're gonna move to the player box control, which indicates this box. Gonna open it. Just move a little bit here to have more information on the screen. So here the first option is the rotating text color, which says player lineup around the box, and I'm just gonna change that to maybe red. Let's experiment. That looks nice. The second and the third one are player transition slide color. So if you see where the players are changing on the box, we have two layers that do the transition. So one is white and the other one is orange at the moment. I'm gonna leave the first one white for the sake of the design. I'm just gonna change the other one to red, and then I'm gonna move with the seek a little bit. So this is the transition player transition slide color, and then we're gonna move to the player first name color main. So this, it controls this color, so we could change it, but I'm gonna just leave it white. I'm gonna Control Z to go back, but if you notice, I did Control Z and the color here stayed the same, but it changed back on the preview. So this is a mistake, not from the file, it's from After Effects, because Essential Graphics is kind of like a new feature and there is some bugs in it. So if this happens, all you have to do is close the properties here and then open it up, and it will be back to normal. So I'm just gonna leave the player first name color the same. I'm gonna change the player first name background color to something else. I'm gonna make it red, and this box changed automatically with the text, so don't worry about it. And here also the player last name color main, I'm gonna just also leave it white. And here we have the player number main color, which is this one. I'm also gonna leave it white, but I'm gonna change it for just to make sure that everything is functioning. Also the same thing, close it and open it. And now I'm gonna move to the player cards control. So we have the player card background color, which is the background of the player cards here. I'm also gonna make it red. Player names on card, I'm gonna change that to white. This is player number on card color. This one I'm gonna make it maybe yellow. And this is player position color, which I'm also gonna make it white. So now the design looks like this. So we are done with the player box control, and here you have a control of each the player information. So let's click on the first player text control. I'm just gonna go to the first player here. So at the moment the player number is 41. I'm gonna change it to 22 maybe, and first name I'm gonna change it to John, why not, and the last name I'm gonna change it to Smith. and this is the first player position. This is point guard, but doesn't show up here, it shows on the card. So I'm gonna go a little bit in the front to have the card player, and then I'm gonna change it to, I don't know, whatever, just 2 random letters, CC. It changed. So, and that's apply for all the players. And after that I'm gonna change the player image, and you could do that from going to place your media. Here we go to first player pick composition, and I am going to change with this fellow here, put it in project, and then I'm gonna put it on top of my player. I'm gonna bring S, press S to bring scale, scale it up like this, and then hide the player under it. Exit the composition. We go back to story, and as we see here, the player changed, not just on the main box but also on the player card, as we can see right here. And the rest of changing is gonna be the same repetitive procedure. Now we will be editing the third slide, which is the player stats. Just gonna go to the story composition and hit space to see what we will be working with. So as you could see at the beginning, there is the logo, small layer, this middle layer with the number on it, and then it shows up to the final where the player shows up with his stats and his name and his position, and at the end it just shows up and it became a loop. So the first thing, we're just gonna go to general background color control, open this up, and I'm gonna change the background color to yellow, and then I'm gonna go a little bit forward and then start changing the lines colors. And the first line I'm just gonna use red, the second black, and I'm gonna leave the third for white. And we go to logo transition color, which is this color that happens here, and I'm also gonna make this to red. And the transition color layer color, which is this layer that shows up in the middle, and this I'm also gonna change it to red. But before I continue, I'm just gonna change the logo real quick. We go to place your media, team logo, double click, put the seek here. We go to our library, we take the bird logo, we put it in the project, and then we put it under imports. We open imports, we take the bird layer, put it on top of our logo. We press S to bring the scale, we scale it down and keep it between the guides, something like this, maybe 16.5. And then we hide the old logo, we close the composition. We go back to the story where we are doing the editing. Now the logo is changed with its color. This is the number of the player. And now the transition number color here we have to change. Maybe we choose something like black. Oh, sorry, this is the layer color. I'm just gonna change the transition color number. Let's open this and open up. And this I'm gonna make it to black. And then after this we have the background rotating text, which is the text that's rotating in the background, as we could see here. And I'm just gonna change it to birds. As you see, it's changed. And maybe give it a darker color like this, or yeah, maybe a little bit lighter. And then move a little bit forward. I'm gonna close the general background color and then close this just to make things tidy. I'm gonna open text control, and here you could the first thing you could edit is the stats background color, which is this box, and here I'm just gonna make it maybe red. Name background color, which is this, I think I'm just gonna leave it to white. This is the player number, I'm gonna change it to 11, and if we go back here also it's 11 is changed into here also. Player number color, I'm just gonna leave it to black, and the name I'm gonna change it to John Smith, and this is the player name color, I'm also gonna leave it to black. This is the position, you could also write whatever you want. Point guard, let's write center guard. Player position color, here we can change also the color, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. Stats text color, which is the color that the stats is written in, we could maybe change it to black, and here you can change the stat name. Steals, I'm gonna change it to passes. I'm gonna change the number to 14, and it's the same for the rest. This is the stats divider, this is the divider here, color, so we can change the color of it. Let's make it black. And this is the name and number divider, which is this divider. I'm gonna make it, for just the sake of change, to maybe red, or maybe use a different color like yellow, like this yellow. And here we have the box behind player color, which is this box is a little bit transparent, but you could still have the option to change its color, make it a little bit lighter or something else. And then we have the text around player pick color, which I'm gonna use maybe black. And the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the player picture. We go to place your media here, place your player pick here, double click, and then we take one of the yellow shirt players, we bring it to project, we put it under imports, and then we open imports, close this, yellow 4, and then we take this and put it on top of our player. We press S, it depends if your file is bigger and smaller, or smaller than the size of the composition. So scale it up, maybe move it up a little bit with the up arrow, and then we hide the player behind it. We close this composition, and here we have the file edited. So as you could see in all of the sizes. So now we're gonna start editing the score update slide, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the general text color control, and here the transitions and logo colors. So if we go at the beginning, the first option is logo transition color, which is this color that the logo is in at the beginning. So I'm gonna just change it to white. And then we have the transition lines color 1, 2, and 3, and those are the lines that shows up at the beginning. So my advice for you is to choose something, the colors between the two logos, the two teams that you are presenting. So first I'm gonna just choose the red, and second I'm gonna maybe choose this yellow, and the third I'm gonna choose something from the Panthers colors, maybe this color. And after that, if you go back and see it now, it looks like this. But doesn't make sense because we didn't change the background color yet of the bears, because I'm gonna be changing the bear to the birds logo. And here we have score update transition text, which is this text that shows on this layer here. So you could edit it from here, or you could edit it from transition text comp, which is easier, but I just leave you the two options. I'm gonna leave it for now for score update because it matched the slide. And go back to story, and this is the score update text color. We can also change it from here, but I'm just gonna leave it black for the moment. And as you see, the same problem, so go like this and it's back. Transition layer background color, it's this white at the moment. What we could change it with whatever we want, maybe a little, make it a little bit darker like this, or a little bit like this. And then we go to the general control, we go with the seek a little bit further, and then the general control first is we see here the high top text is score update. So here you could write your text, for example. You could change the color of it, but I'm just gonna leave it white and black for now. And I'm gonna change the left team background color to this yellow of the birds. And also at the same time I'm gonna change the logo. So we go to place your media here, we go to left team logo, we go to the library, we take the bird, put it in the project, put it under imports, we open imports, and then we take the bird layer, put it on top of our logo, and then we press S, we scale it down, and we make sure it stays between the guidelines of the logo, and then we hide the bear logo and we exit this composition, and then it's changed here. But we go back to the essential graphics panel right now, and then this is the high top text color, and high top text box color is the box behind it. And then we change the left team background color, and then here we have the logo stroke color, which is this stroke around the logo, and I'm gonna change that maybe to black. And we have here the sponsor background color, which is also could be changed to another color, but I'm just gonna leave it because the Adidas logo is black at the moment. And we also have you can control divider stroke color, so we could change this to yellow or to red or something else, but I'm also gonna leave it to white for the moment. And then I'm gonna close this general text control. I'm gonna open left team text and color control. Just let me close this first. We open this, and here we have the team name, left team name. I'm gonna change it to birds, and I'm also gonna change the score. Let's make them the winners. And also here you can change the color of it, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. And you have the exact same for the right team text control. So now if we press space on the keyboard and render, we just changed the bears with the birds, and we changed all the color. And now we're gonna be editing the last slide of the motion pack 3, which is the versus slide. So let's go and hit space to have some render. So we have here bears versus panthers, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change panthers into birds, and let's get started. So first thing I'm gonna do is just replace the logo. We go to place your media here, and then we go to the right team logo, double click, we go to our library, we get this bird logo, put it under project, we put it under imports, and then we take it from here and put it on top of our logo, and then we choose it and we press S, and then we scale down the logo so it would be between our guidelines, so maybe something like this. And then we hide Panthers logo, we exit this composition. So now we have changed the logo, but we go to the story to just edit from here. And let's start editing with the colors. We go to the right team colors. We first would change the right team background color and we make it this yellow, and then the right team's lines color, which is those lines coming in the beginning. We go the first one with red, the second one with dark red maybe, and the third one with maybe let's choose white. Yeah, that looks nice. And then we have the right team outlines color with those outlines. I'm gonna just leave them white for now. And then we have the right team transition shade color, which is the colors that the logo is gonna change into till it shows completely, those colors. So let's go back to this, and I'm gonna replace this with red, and maybe leave the other one white as it goes good. So let's ramp preview to see how this looks right now. That looks beautiful. And we also have the same controls for the other team, but I'm just gonna be editing the right team right now. So let's move on with this composition to the front. Here I'm gonna close the right team color control. I'm gonna open right team text control, and then here I'm gonna change Panthers to birds, and the right team name color I'm gonna just leave it the same color. I'm gonna change the right team city name to Idaho. As you see, it's changed here. I'm gonna also leave the same color, and I'm gonna change the right team background text. If you zoom here, there is background text for both teams, and I'm just gonna change this from Panthers to birds. Here also we could change the color of the background text. Let's make it a little bit darker like this. And here also you could change the size of the text, but for more detailed, let's close this and open it. For more detailed editing of the text, I would recommend you to go to right team background text or the left team. For example, we go here and we find birds. So here you can edit it the way you want. It's more accurate from editing here, but I just put as another option. So here you can choose the opacity, the scale, the opacity by pressing T. I just use it and press T and change the opacity, or press S and change the scale. But for now I'm just gonna leave it like this. So sorry. So if we go here at the end of the sequence, we could see it's birds, and it's different color as we did here. And let's make it to fit. So as all the other files, when you edit one, just the whole template is gonna edit with it. So, and now you will be ready to render. So for rendering, so let's close this first, and let's say that we want to render post and put it at the beginning. So after all you have done all your edits, and now you are ready to render. So we can choose this, choose whatever composition you want to render. So choose it and make sure you have chosen it, and then we go to composition and press add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. We press here and we wait a little bit till it loads and open the media encoder. So after it adds the Adobe Media Encoder queue, we press on here in the output file, and then you choose where you wanna save the rendered file, and then we go to the settings, to the preset. So make sure when you click here you choose H.264 just for the best quality and low size, and just make sure that your settings match the settings that I have right now. And after this, just press OK. Also, you could choose it from here, is the H2, the same thing. And then when you are ready, you just press this start queue button, and then it will start rendering. And that depends on how fast your computer is, but then you will find the rendered file in high quality in the path that you have already decided. And now I'm just gonna say thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for all the updates about our new products. Thanks again.